Hey, you want to see my airplane and where it lives? There it is. Already got about 1, 2, 3 hours in the air, and flies great. Very responsive, predictable, forgiving. It's just a real blast to fly. Still working out a few kinks. A couple of them I worked out today. Got the Hobbs meter finally working, so I can record the hours on the engine, and got the wiring to where I want it to be, all packaged up and bundled up and out of the way and put together right. I don't know if you can see very well in the dark or if it's generating its own light, but everything is grouped together. My headphones. Okay. I still have to get some additional communications so that I can have an intercom with a passenger. Here's the control the panel, and wingtip strobes. They're just awesome. We got a wingtip strobe on both wingtips, and then also a strobe in the back. I don't know if they can be seen. I did a video a while ago and didn't seem to appear but 1 or 2 flashes, so that's the strobes. And today I painted the propeller tips, so you can see them. The propeller's not turning because I put an option on there for a clutch so that I can do that. I can crank it up. I can do my pre-flight while the engine is warming up and not have to worry about walking into a spinning propeller. Another option was the special seat covers for Quicksilver. That's the new special edition that came out with here a few months ago. You can see my GoPro case. Alright, come around to the back. There's the business end of things, the engine. Now that it warmed up, it's increasing just a little bit of RPM, but not much. So, well, I know what it's doing is because I shut the gas off. There we go. Gas is back on. Looking over the top of it. Yeah. So that's the plane. Complete walk around from the other side. The 2 gray boxes are the strobe light controllers units. The one on top controls the 2 wingtips, which have a pattern. The smaller one below it controls the rudder, which is just a steady blink, blink, blink. Okay. The power for those comes off of the engine ignition rather than the battery. The battery powers all of the avionics and gauges. Down there you can see the white BRS, which is the Ballistic Recovery System parachute. The orange box is the emergency locator transmitter in case there's an accident, and upon impact it starts transmitting a signal. The fuel tank, you can see the bottom of it. A special ordered tank. There's usually a 6-gallon. I got a 12-gallon tank put on it. So it's a lot of upgrades that really make things great. And so there it is. Go ahead and shut it down. Yeah. Cut the gas off first. That way it won't siphon or leak down. I mean, it has. It seems like the carburetors have good seals. Kill it, and then shut off the ignition. So a lot of the things that don't come with it. Well, none of this comes with the airplane. For about almost 2 years before I got the kit, I designed and decided what it is I wanted on my panel. So here's the fuel gauge. This is the ignition switch, off, right, left, both, and start. Each cylinder, there's 2 cylinders in the engine. Each one has 2 spark plugs. One is on the right side, one's on the left side, and you can test each one. This is my speedometer, my compass. You can't really see the readings. The Hobbs meter, which measures or records the hours on the engine. This is my altimeter. This is the tach for the engine speed. Vertical speed indicator tells me how fast I'm climbing or diving. Water temperature, and then exhaust gas temperature and cylinder head temperature. This is a turn and slip indicator, and then this in here, it tests the ELT. So that's all there is in the instruments. 3 axes, you got up and down, ailerons left and right, and then the rudder, wheel brakes, and then your pedals are the rudders and the steerable nose wheel. And then the throttle is right here, there's one here, and there's one on the other side, so this plane can be flown from either seat. This red handle in the back is the emergency ballistic chute deployment. When you pull on that thing, it ignites a rocket. That rocket shoots out there, pulls the chute out of the tank, and then you just float down. So that's the pitot tube. This is where the air pressure comes in and tells you how fast you're going, your speed. So it was a fun project. It came together extremely well, far better than I imagined. Gotten a lot of compliments on it. Anyway, and then this is its home. This is my hangar. These scales, I had to use all 3 scales when I did the weight and balance. You have to jack the plane up until it sits level, and then measure the weight on all 3 wheels, and then determine what the CG is based upon passenger, fuel, and everything else. And of course, it's also my project table. As I have things come up to do, that I put them on here and work on them. In the back is my refrigerator, microwave, not that I'll ever need it. The radio, the ICOM radio, is also what I take up in the plane with me. My headphones hook into that so I can communicate with other airplanes and the control towers or the unicoms. A couple of seats. Over here is my tool bench, if you will. Benches, shelves, where I kept things organized, laid out, plus all the chemicals and stuff I have to use. And then this, since I have the space, is all of the Christmas storage. My Christmas program that I did at the house. So I've stored all the lights, the singing faces, the sound system, and a lot of the other stuff. The rest of it, my sparkle balls and the miniature pumpkins, are all over in the small mini warehouse. Then I still have room back here, open, plenty of space for the plane. One of the guys in another hangar was cleaning his hangar out and didn't want this metal desk. He said, "Hey man, you want a desk?" I said, "Well sure man, I could use it." So I put a light up over the back of it, and this is where I spent my time when I finished my assembly, going through the assembly manual for the remainder of the steps to assemble the aircraft. So there you go. That's the plane, completely finished. Like I said, it's a blast. It's fun. Anyway, hopefully soon I'll be sending out flying videos that are of good quality. I've already done one, but it was jumping around a lot, and I had to do some adjustments to the camera to compensate for vibration or whatever. Hopefully that'll work. Anyway, we'll talk to you or connect in another video later.